Hello, I'm Hank Wong, and today we're predicting the 2026 Auburn Tigers football schedule. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel's name, is Hank's CFP Predictions. And drop a like on this video as well to help me reach 100 subscribers. So you should subscribe to my YouTube channel for more football content like these. So let's get into it. The Auburn Tigers lost way too many The Auburn Tigers lost way too many close games. According to last year, all seven of those games were actually very close. The only loss that is not not a one score loss, is when Auburn lose to Georgia in week 7. And even that is not as far as what everyone seems to be. Because Auburn only lost by 10 points to Georgia, and Auburn actually led at the end of the first half. Auburn's biggest loss is to Georgia when Auburn lost by 10 points. Other than that, all of Auburn's losses were close. Again, let's see. Auburn lost to Alabama by 7 points. Auburn lost to Vanderbilt by 7 points, which both of them were which Vanderbilt went on to be a top 15 team, and Alabama is a playoff team. They lost to Kentucky by 7. They lost to Missouri, a solid team, by 6 points in overtime. Oh, and they lost to Vanderbilt in overtime. They lost to Georgia by 10 points, with Auburn leading by 7 at the end of the first half. They lost to Texas A&M on the road by 6. They lost to Oklahoma on the road by 7 points. So, Auburn lost way too many close games that they should have won. Auburn lost way too many close games. So, can Auburn improve at least? So let's see. It's gonna be Auburn's schedule is like this. There's one neutral site game, and that's against Baylor in Atlanta, Georgia. And then there are some easy games for Auburn, like Southern Miss, a group of 5 team, Arkansas, one of the worst teams in the entire SEC, the worst team in the entire SEC last season, and Samford, an FCS team. But with that, there are also some tough games, like they'll face Georgia on the road, Ole Miss on the road, and Alabama on the road. All 3 of them are playoff teams from last year. Even that, Auburn needs to face Tennessee on the road, Vanderbilt at home, which Vanderbilt was one of the biggest surprises, LSU at home. So what's my prediction on this team? I have them beating Southern Miss in week 2. I have them beating Arkansas in week 10 at home, and I have Auburn beating Samford at home in week 12. So that's a floor of 3 wins. But if everything goes to their way, they could possibly win games against Baylor, Florida, Tennessee on the road, Mississippi State on the road, LSU at home, and Vanderbilt at home. But I doubt that Auburn would win games against Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama, the 3 teams that made the playoffs last year. So, Georgia should be one of the top teams again, with Gunnar Stockton as the quarterback. Ole Miss should be one of the top teams with Trinidad Chambliss. And Alabama, even though they're without Ty Simpson, they're still one of the more historical programs. And playing on the road against Alabama is one of the toughest places to play. So, if you look at my prediction, I have Auburn going as low as 3-9, but not higher than 9-3. I have Auburn not going lower than 3-9, but not higher than 9-3. So if I were to predict like in the middle, I have them going 6-6. That means I have Auburn as a borderline bowl team. That's an improvement from 1 win from last year. but you need to consider whether Auburn can close out close in those close games like they did, unlike like what they did last year. Last year, Auburn cannot close out in one score game, but now with Byron Brown, who was the second team in the American Athletic Conference in 2025, we don't know. Maybe Auburn's gonna improve by at least one win, going to 6-6. But we are not so sure. So that's the end. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to help me reach 100 subscribers. And we're not there yet, but we will be there soon. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Hank Wall signing off. Goodbye.